Welcome to It's Rafiq. In this video, I am going to discuss how a C program work, means dry run of the program. Here I have a program using array to find the summation of the elements of an array which size is 10. So at first, already have learned in previous class that a C program start compiling from its main function. When we will compile the program, first the compiler will come to this here int main, then it will inside the main function it will check the content. At first it is the variable declaration. Here I have int num10, means I have an array which capacity is 10. Then I have one more variable integer type, that is I, and one more variable, that is sum, and I have defined it as 0. Now after that I have used a for loop. There inside declared as I equals 0, I less than 10, then I plus plus. That means this loop can run 10 times. Now inside the loop I have this statement element %d then /n. Here when I will run the program, the element will be exactly like this only, element, and instead of %d, actually it is a format specifier which can display a integer value from a variable. So this location of the variable is given as I plus 1. I have defined here as 0. So 0 plus 1, it will be 1. So it will display as element 1. And the cursor will move to the next line because /n is here. Now the cursor will wait till the user enter any value. Here I have scanf %d. Suppose I have entered as 2. Then 2 will be stored in place of num I. Now what will be num I? In place of I, the I value is at first 0. So in place of I it will come 0. So num 0 will be 2. Now next time again it will come as it is a for loop, so it will repeat 10 times. So next time again it's element 2. Whatever value will enter, suppose I have entered now 1, so that 1 will be stored in num 1. So this way it will go on for 10 times. Again it's element 3. Suppose now entered as 2. So in num2, which is index 2, 2 will be stored. Then again element 3. Suppose I have entered as 5. So now num 3 value will be 5. Now element 4. Suppose again 3. So in num 4, 3 will be stored. Then element 5. Suppose again it is 5. Then in num 5, will be stored. Sorry, it is 4. Here 5. Then this element 6. Now element number 6 is there. So after 6, 7 will come. So element 7, and suppose I have entered 2. So in num 6, 7 will be stored. Then element 8. Suppose entered as 1. So in num 7, 1 will be stored. Now element 9, suppose it is 2, so in num 8 2 will be stored. And the last one, element 10, here suppose it is 1, it is 10 and I have entered only 1, so in num 9 1 will be stored. So after the input, the compiler will move to the next for loop, that is line number 10. Here also one for loop is there, it can run 10 times, and inside the for loop it will execute this statement, line number 12, sum equals sum plus num I. So we have already defined sum value as 0, so at first time it will come as 0 plus the num I value, which is 2. So it will come 2, 0 plus 2 it is 2. Again sum equal, now 2 plus the next value. The next value of the array is 1, so it will come as 1, so it is 3. Now again sum equal, now 3 plus 2 plus 1 it is 3, 3 plus, then the next value is again 2, so it will be 5. Again sum equal the next value is 5, so it will come 5, 5 plus 5, that 5 is already this one in third statement, 3 plus 2 it is 5, and the array value is 5, so 5 plus 5 it is 10, the sum value will be 10. Again next time sum equal, now the next value is 3, so already we have 10 as sum, and plus 3 it is 13. Again sum equal, now we'll have the next value as 5, so we will write 5 here, so 13 plus 5, 13 plus 5 it is 18. So again sum equal, now 18 plus the next value, we will see the next value is 2, so we'll write here 2. Again now sum value is 20, sum equal 20 plus the next value is 1, so it will be 21. Again sum equal 21 plus the next value is 2, so it will be 23, and at last sum equal 23 plus the last value of the array is 1, so it will be 1. So it is now 24. The final value of sum will be 24 now. Now the compiler will move to the line number 14, that is it will execute this printf statement, sum equal %d. %d is the format specifier which will display a integer value, and the value will be inside the variable sum. So finally we'll able to see the output as sum equal 24. So this is called a dry run of the program, means we'll put some example input and we'll calculate the output and check whether my program works or not. Now let's run the program and check whether we get similar output or different. So we'll go to the build menu, here we'll click on run, and let's resize the window so that we can compare the input from here, whatever I have given here. So at first time I am given the input as 2, second time 1, then again 2, after that 5, then 3, then 5, then 2, then 1, 2, and the last element is 1. Now when I will hit the enter button, I will able to see the answer as 24. Now let's hit the enter button. So here it's displaying as sum equal 24. Now you may notice that this part where I did the calculation, this part is skipped. This part is done by the compiler or the processor of the computer, so we'll not able to see this part. The calculation part is done by inside the compiler, so we will not, while you are doing practical, when you are doing practically, you no need to care about it. But if you have to find out the output at that situation, you have to calculate or you have to do the program this way, then you will get the specific output. So this way our C program work. Now suppose we have to do little modification here. Now we want that the size of the array will be decided by the user. It will, so what we will do, we'll take one integer variable and we'll name it as size, and we'll accept the value to it from the user. So we'll write a printf statement, and inside printf we will write enter the size of the array. Enter the size of the array, then slash n, and at last we'll give semicolon. Let's make the screen little bigger. And we'll go to the next line. Now we'll read the size. So we'll write scan f, and inside it we'll write %d, which is a format specifier which can hold a integer value. Then equal ampersand size. So whatever user enter, whatever number the user enter, it will stored inside size. Now instead of 10 in line number 7, instead of 10 we will write here size. Suppose the user entered size is 3, so in place of size it will be 3, and here also instead of 10 we will write size, and for the output also instead of 10 we'll write size. Now let's run the program. Now we are doing modification in our code, so we'll not just click run button. If I click the run button, then we'll able to see the previous output, not the new one. Let's see. So it coming this one, previous one coming. So if I want to run the modified code, then what we have to do, we'll go to build, then run and build, then it will execute the modified code. So you can see it's displaying one mistake at line number 6 because I have missed semicolon. This is the most common mistake while you are doing a program. Now again build and run. So it asking me to enter the size of the array. Suppose I am entering as 4. Now you will see it will accept only 4 input. So element 1 2, element 2 3, element 3 1, and element 4 2. So it displaying as 8, means 1 plus 4 plus 2 here, 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 2 it is 8. So this way we can modify the array to take a particular size. Now here I have taught you how to find the summation. If we have to find out the largest number, then what we will do, means inside our array we have to find out the largest number. Then how we can find out? So here we will take one more variable in this, or just here instead of sum we will write max equal 0. Now inside this for loop, where we are calculating the sum, we will write max equal max equal max less than ARR, sorry, num I. Or we can use one if statement also. If max is less than num square bracket inside I, then we will write max equal ARR I. Then here instead of sum we'll write maximum number, and this variable also will write here max. Now let's see. As we have did modification, so we'll choose build and run. Here is a mistake. So how will read the mistake? To read the mistake, as I have hide the log part, so you will enable logs and do the screen little larger, and he will able to read the mistake here, as it is displaying ARR undeclared. Now let's minimize the, you will see here I have written ARRI, but my variable name is num, so this mistake appeared. So instead of ARR we will use num. Now let's go to build and run. So it asking me to enter the size. Suppose it is 5, then entering 7, 5, 9, 4, 3. So it's displaying the maximum number as 9. Now same thing, if we want to find the minimum number also, if we want to find a minimum number, then what we will do? Just we'll take a minimum variable, min equals 0, and just in if statement we'll change the symbol, min greater than num I. Then min equal num I. Now let's build and run. Oh, the variable also will be min. Enter the size 4. Now I am entering the number is 7, 9, 3, 6. So the output should be 3. Let's see. The minimum number equal 0. Means we did some because here we have already declared minimum as 0. So what we will do, we will not declare here as 0, we will declare the minimum here. Inside the for loop, or before the for loop also we can define the minimum number. We'll write min equal num I, not I, 1. Means whatever number is there in index 0, that we will assume as the minimum number, and we'll compare this number with other number. If it is smaller, then we will replace it, otherwise we'll keep it. Now build and run. Now build and run. asking me to enter the size. It's 4, then element 3, 8, 1, 9. So the output should be 1. You can see the minimum number is 1. Now let's see how this program will execute, how this program work. So first line, when we will execute this program, first it will come to the main function. First it will ask to me enter the size of the array. First it will come to the line number 5. So it will display a message like that, enter the size of the array. Then suppose I have entered as 3. So now what happened? It will read the number and stored in size. So now the value of size will be 3. Then it will come to the line number 7. Here I have two array. I have one array num, and in square bracket it is size I and minimum. So now here the num array will be in size of 3, and we'll have two more variable I and minimum. Minimum is not defined. Now inside the for loop you will see here it is I equals 0 and the condition is I less than size. So instead of size the 3 will appear here, and each time I plus plus is given, that means each time the value of I will be incremented by 1. So this loop can run 3 times. Now inside the for loop we have one printf statement element %d, and here it is written I plus 1. So we'll able to see element 1, and suppose I have written as 4, again it will come element 2. Suppose it is I am writing 1, again come element 3, and suppose I have written 6. Then after taking the input, means this 4, 1, 6, this will stored in num array. This will be stored in num 0, and this 1 will be stored in num 1, and this 6 will be stored in num 2. So this will be their value. Num 0 will be 4, num 1 will be 1, and num 2 will be 6. After taking the input, it will come to the line number 13. Here I have written minimum equal num 0, means we have defined as minimum number is 4. The first element of the array I have defined as minimum number or smallest number. Then inside the for loop it will come to the line number 14. There is one for loop which can run 3 times, and inside that in line number 16 we have one condition. If minimum is greater than num I, means index of the array, first it will compare the first number only. Minimum is already 4, so first it will check whether 4 is greater than 4 or not. It is not, so it will not do anything. Again it will increase the value of I by 1. Now it will run second time. Now again check whether still minimum is 4 only, so whether 4 greater than the next element is 1, so it will check greater than 1 or not. It is greater, so it will execute line number 18, which is minimum equal num I. Now the minimum value will be the num I value which I have compared, that is 1. Now minimum will be 1. Now again it will compare whether 1 greater than the next value. The next value is 6. Whether 1 greater than 5 or not, 6 or not. It is not, so it will do nothing. It will exit from the loop. Now it will display line number 21. There written minimum number equal %d, which is a format specifier and the value is stored in minimum. So we will able to see minimum number equal 1. So this way this program work. Now let's run the program and see whether I get similar output or not. So first I have entered here I think 4, then I have entered 1, then 5. Oh sorry, my array size is 3. So build and run. The size of the array is 3. The first value is 4, second value is 1, third value is 6. Now we'll see minimum number equal 1. So this way the C program works. This way we can find out the dry run of the C program. Now while we run the program, we will only able to see this. We will able to see this this calculation part or this definition part. This part we will not able to see. The compiler will do itself, and even this comparing part also we will not able to see. The compiler will do itself. We'll just able to see the input part and the final result. So this way we can do program in array. If you still have any confusion, you can write in comment section, and if you need some extra programs which you don't know how to write, you can write a comment. In next video I can give you. Thank you for watching. See you in a new video. Till then, take care and bye.